bell to get the nimble updates for latest videos.
Hello students, welcome to IBPS guide. Today we will discuss single fillers for SBI PO preliminary examination. Single fillers means we will get one sentence, one gap, and for one gap, and we get four options, and one option will be none of these. I mean to say 5 options, and among them we have to choose only one word. Single fillers is not so tough. Just you have to understand the meaning of the sentence and try to grasp the theme of the sentence, and according to that words should be matched. So let's move to question number 1. Here is some directions. Direction 1 to 10. In each of the following sentences there is a blank space. Below the sentence there are options in one word each. Fill up the blanks with words which makes the sentence grammatically and contextually correct. Just one thing you have to remember, whatever word we have to put, it should be grammatically and contextually correct. Grammatically and contextually correct. So if it will be the error of grammar, then your sentence may be wrong, and if it is a contextually wrong, then your sentence also must be wrong. So be very careful. What should be put according to grammar and what should be put according to context of the sentence. Here is our first sentence. He was rushed to a private hospital at Kakinad. The hospital sources said Mr. Benny underwent an dash procedure. His condition is now stable, they said. However, he has been put under observation for 48 hours. He was rushed to a private hospital in Kakinad, and hospital sources said Mr. Benny underwent an dash procedures. His condition is now stable, he said, they said, and however, he has been put under observation for 48 hours. Guys, one thing first you have to notice that this is here article is N. So whatever word put here, it should be started by definitely vowel. So from this point of view, definitely angioplasty will be the correct option because it is started with A. And most important thing, angioplasty is a surgical repairing for unblocking the blood vessel. It is a surgery, and why it will be happening? There is a surgical repair for unblocking of the blood vessels, especially for coronary artery. So he was rushed private hospital में वो rushed हुआ था, and his condition is now stable, and they said however he has put under the observation of 48 hours. So residence, observation and convener, these all 3 words are absolutely inapplicable word, so therefore our answer will be angioplasty. But here a new word we get, that is convener. Convener means to come together in a group for a meeting, that is to come together in a group for meeting. For a meeting. So therefore convener, residence and observation will be the wrong option. Our correct option will be angioplasty, because he ran through the surgical repairing or unblocking of the blood vessels, and especially coronary artery. So now his condition is now stable. Doctor said he has been put under observation for 48 hours. So our answer is A, that is angioplasty. Let's move to question number 2. The expressions of interest for selling stake in the dash airline would be invited on April 6, and the last date of submission of bids would April 9. A statement issued by SBI on behalf of 26 lenders said. The expression of interest for selling stake in the dash airline would be invited on April 6, and last date for submission of bids would be April 9. A statement issued by the SBI on behalf of 26 lenders said. Our first option is situation, second option is ailing, third option is operating, and fourth option is current, and definitely fifth option, that is none of these. So which can be the correct option? The expression of interest for selling stake in the dash airline would be invited on April 6, and last date for submission bids would be April 9. A statement issued by SBI on behalf of 26 lenders said. So when it will be bid, when the situation is very much critical, then the submission of bid would be applied. So we have to put the word which can carry the negative meaning. So situation is not the correct option. Operating is also not the correct option, but it can be ailing, because ailing means the poor situation. Ailing here, the mention is in poor situation. That is poor situation. So the expression of interest for selling stake in the ailing airline. Ailing airline means which airlines has very poor situation, would be invited on April 6, and the last date or for submission of bids would be April 9. A statement issued by the SBI on behalf of 26 lenders said. So therefore our answer will be ailing. So B will be the correct option. Let's move to question number 3. The President had spoken to keeping at least some tariffs in place as dash to encourage the Chinese government to comply with an eventual agreement. The President had spoken to keeping at least some tariffs in place as dash to encourage the Chinese government to comply with an eventual agreement. Our first option is unclear, second option promise, third option leverage, fourth option decision, and fifth option none of this. So guys, which will be the correct option? Unclear, promise, everybody knows that what is the meaning. Unclear, which is not clear. Promise, which is completely determination, do something with determination. Leverage means use to maximum advantage. Leverage means that is use something to maximum advantage. And decision. So the President had spoken keeping at least some tariff in place as. Definitely unclear, to encourage Chinese government, not option, not the correct option. Promise, to encourage the Chinese government to comply with an eventual agreement, maybe. And leverage means use something to maximum advantage. So at first we have to take some advantage and then we give some promise. So the President has spoken of keeping at least some tariff in place as, if we take leverage, to encourage the Chinese government to comply with an eventual agreement. Fourth option, decision, the President had spoken of keeping at least some tariffs in place as decision to encourage. It will be not the correct option. So unclear and decision already eliminated, but we don't have to take promise, because at first we give some advantage, we get some advantage, and then we can give some promise. So therefore the correct option here must be C, that is leverage, because use something to maximum advantage. So that's why our answer will be C. So the President had spoken of keeping at least some tariffs. President spoke kiya to keeping at least some tariff is place as leverage to encourage the Chinese government to comply with an eventual agreement, ताकि कोई with an eventual agreement के साथ encourage करना Chinese government को, and that's why use something in a maximum advantage. So therefore our answer C option will be leverage. Question number 4. He has been criticized at home for taking too soft a dash on China and getting little of the billions of dollars in investment promised by Chinese President Xi Jinping. He has been criticized at home for taking too soft a. First option tribunal, second option beneath, third option reserve, fourth option stance, and fifth option none of this. Which can be the correct option? Here stance mean attitude. You can also say that bearing, that is attitude and bearing. So he has been criticized at home for taking too soft a tribunal on China. No. If you take beneath on China, beneath, that is a preposition, and beneath means vertically lower. So that is not any criticize at home for taking too soft beneath on China. It will be absolutely not matched. And reserved, on China and getting little billion of dollars in investment promised by Chinese president, it will be also not possible. But if we put stance means attitude. He has been criticized at home for taking too soft attitude on China, getting little of billions of dollars in investment promised by Chinese president Xi Jinping. So therefore stance, that means attitude, या bearing, will be the correct option. So our answer will be D, that is stance. I mean to say criticize वो क्यों हुआ था? What is the reason behind that? Because for taking too soft attitude on China and getting little of the billion of dollars in investment promised by Chinese president, that is King Jinping. So that's why our answer D, option will be D, and word will be stance. Let's move to question number 5th. And dash body of major civil societies and students associated in Mizoram, which had earlier sought to boycott at Lok Sabha election, reserved its decision on Thursday following an internal meeting of the organization's top hierarchy. We get the first option apex, second option indefinite, third option exclusive, and fourth option repatriation. Repatriation means to return his own country. That is called repatriate. That is means that is to return his oblique her own country. So which will be the correct option? And dash body of major civil societies. So whenever we take major civil societies and students association in Mizoram, which had earlier sought to boycott the Lok Sabha election, reserved in decision on Thursday following an internal meeting of the organization's top hierarchy. So indefinite body never show that major civil societies. Indefinite will not be possible, and exclusive and repetition, this is absolutely irrelevant word. So that's why our answer will be apex. Apex means the top and the highest part, especially one forming point. We can write like this manner: apex. Apex is the top or highest part, that is the top of the top or highest part. That is called apex. So an apex body of major civil society and students association in Mizoram, which had earlier sought to boycott the Lok Sabha election, reserved its decision on Thursday following an internal meeting of the organization's top hierarchy. So correct option will be apex, that is the top or highest point. So answer will be A. Let's move to question number 6. West Bengal Chief Minister and Trinamool Chief Mamata Banerjee on Thursday launched a music video for the upcoming Lok Sabha election in the state. The 2-minute 30-second video was on the theme of peace, harmony and progress prevailing in West Bengal, in contrast to an dash atmosphere to fear in other parts of the country. First option limited, second option alleged, third option impact, and fourth option task, and one option we get that is none of this. West Bengal Chief Minister and Trinamool Chief Mamata Banerjee on Thursday launched a music video for the upcoming Lok Sabha election in the state. The 2-minute 30-second video was on the theme of peace, harmony and progress. Peace, harmony and progress prevailing in West Bengal, in contrast to an dash atmosphere of fear in other parts of the country. So which will be the correct option? Peace, harmony, progress prevailing in West Bengal in contrast to an. So which can be the correct option? Contrast to and dash atmosphere of fear in other parts of the country. First option limited. If it is contrast, so it should not be limited. But if it is contrast, it can be alleged. Why? Because alleged means something said that without proof, supposed, so called. We can write that alleged means that is so called, without proof. So therefore, in contrast to an alleged atmosphere of fear in other parts of the country. And impact means result, other is outcome, and task. So when it becomes contrast, so we have to put that this type of word. So correct option, West Bengal Chief Minister and Trinamool Chief Mamata Banerjee on Thursday launched a music video for the upcoming Lok Sabha election in the state. The 2-minute 30-second video was on the theme of peace, harmony and progress prevailing in West Bengal, in contrast to an alleged atmosphere of fear in other parts of the country. So that's why our answer will be B, that is alleged. Let's move to question number 7. Dalalpur is the only village in Gautam Budh Nagar constituency which falls across the Yamuna and towards the Haryana side, but is a part of Lok Sabha segment in Uttar Pradesh. The villagers rue years of ignorance by the system and lack of dash. They had recently announced a boycott of the election. First option we get polling, second option officials, third option connectivity, fourth option prediction. So Dalalpur is the only village of the Gautam Budh Nagar constituency which falls across the Yamuna and towards Haryana side, but is a part of Lok Sabha segment in Uttar Pradesh. The villagers rue years of ignorance by the system and lack of definitely connectivity. Lack of connectivity, they had recently announced the boycott of election. Connectivity means there is no connectivity between the people of the Lel Nagar, Gautam Budh Nagar and politicians. So that's why they announced that they want to boycott of the elections. So our correct option will be connectivity. So therefore our answer will be C. Word will be connectivity. Any system depend करते हैं किसके ऊपर, any system depends on connectivity. So if there is lack of connectivity, total system will be definitely ruined. Therefore the villagers rue years of ignorance by the system and lack of connectivity. Let's move to question number 8. Just a few months ago, a clay roof tiles were replaced with an aluminium sheet which covered a part of graffiti which was entirely visible until then, said 53-year-old Johnson, a tenant of a building who has dashed his father Joseph's vegetable shop, started some 70 years ago. First option indelible, second option observant, third option attention, fourth option inherited. So which will be the correct option? Just a few months ago, कुछ महीना पहले, a clay roof tiles were replaced with an aluminium sheet. A clay roof tiles were replaced with an aluminium sheet which covered a part of graffiti which was entirely visible until then, said 53-year-old Johnson, a tenant of building who has dashed his father's Joseph vegetable shop, started some 70 years ago. We get the first option, that is indelible. Indelible means impossible to remove or forget. When we something it is impossible for us to remember, impossible for us to remove or forgetting, then we call that is indelible. So we can write like this manner: impossible to remove or forget. Observant, attention and inherited. So which can be the correct option? Vegetable shop. So definitely the vegetable shop which started some 70 years ago after his father, now 53-year-old Johnson, a tenant of building who was running. So definitely this shop was inherited from his father. So our answer will be inherited, that is D answer. Inherited means received as a hire of death of the previous holder. After death the previous holder, after death of previous holder, when we get this property, that is called inherited. So answer will be D, option will be inherited. Let's move to question number 9. Chennai City looked more organized right from the start, attacking through the flanks. With its name Spanish trio on prowl, Chennai City's first dash came in the 13th minute when playmaker Sandro Rodriguez burst into Bengaluru box but failed to control his shot. First option we get opportunity, second option consolation, third option defending, fourth option attacking, fifth option now or none of this. So Chennai City look more organized looking है right from the start, attacking through the flanks with its famed Spanish trio and prowl. Chennai's first dash came in the 13th minute when playmaker Sandro Rodriguez burst into Bengaluru box but failed to control his shoot. So definitely correct option, Chennai City's first opportunity came in the 13th minute. So it will be not the consolation, it will be not defending, it will be not attacking, it will be opportunity. So Chennai City's first opportunity came in the 13th minute when playmaker Sandro Rodriguez burst into Bengaluru box but failed to control his shot. So our answer will be A, that is opportunity. Question number 10. The counter statement had been filed when the hospital insisted on constitution of a medical board of the COI wanted to assess the correctness and dash of the treatment provided to Jayalalithan between September 22 and December 5, 2006. Our first option proceedings, second option adequacy, third option awardments, and fourth option concerned. Awardments means say something in a very strong and definite way. So awardments meaning we can write that say something in a very strong and definite way. Very strong way. So it should be the counter statement had been filed when the hospital insisted on constitution of a medical board if the COI wanted to assess the correctness and adequacy of the treatment. Adequacy means that is the state of quality being reasonable and satisfactory. When we get something in satisfactory manner, so we can say that it is adequate. So therefore our answer will be adequacy. B will be the correct option. Adequacy of the treatment provided to Jayalalithan between September 22 and December 5, 2016. So these are 10 questions of single fillers. Guys, options is not so difficult, options are not so difficult, and statement is also not so difficult, but sometimes we become confused to which will be the correct option. Don't be confused, always try for theme, always go for theme and try to understand the essence of this sentence. And when you understand the essence of the sentence and when you understand the theme of the sentence, then options will be very clear to you. So just you need some practice, keep it practice, and tomorrow again I will come to you and take some different type of 10 question and which all are very much helpful for SBI PO examination. Till then, goodbye, have a nice day.